Hello, and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is an improvisation programme, as you'll discover if you don't improvise yourself too quickly with the off knob on your television set. What I'll be doing is I'll be giving the contestants here a variety of things to do to get them to think on the spot, to perform off the cuff, or otherwise go completely around the bend. And to make sure it's nice and spontaneous, or at least scruffy, I'll be involving the studio audience here who'll be yelling out suggestions and ideas for the contestants to play. The audience themselves have been specially selected for their good looks, their intelligence, and their susceptibility to flattery. Now, the contestants, the first contestant comes from America. America has given us some great performers over the years. I'm thinking of Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, Champion the Wonder Horse. But tonight it's given us Archie Hahn. Oh yes, you may have seen Archie in Spinal Tap, or even Mork and Mindy, The Sunshine Boys. Less likely you'd have seen him in Fatal Attraction, because he wasn't in it. Next we have Josie Lawrence, she'll need no introduction to anybody who's met her before, which will include people who've seen her in the Comedy Store Players, the famous troupe of improvisers, who have also lent us our next contestant, who is Paul Merton. He's sometimes an improviser, sometimes a stand-up comedian, but always a dead misery. And finally, we have John Sessions. What can I say about? What can I say about John? Actor, academic, and regular all-round nice guy. Well, those are just a few of his ambitions, but as you know, those are the contestants. Let's get on with the game. The first game is a simple one called Authors. So if I could ask the contestants to come down into the performing position. That's it. Yes, you look very good there. Now, as I say, it's a simple game, Authors, in which each of the contestants has come along with the name of an author in mind, and in a moment I'm going to get the title of a story from somebody in the studio audience. Then I'll start off with Archie, and he'll begin to tell that story in the style of his author. And then when I buzz, we'll go on to Josie, and she'll continue the story, but in the style of her author, and so on round the contestants until the story is told, or until it's time for the next game. So the first thing I'll do is I'll find out which author you've come along with. Archie, who is your author?
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Let's get off to a nice, frightening start. Josie?
Louisa M. Alcott. For those who don't know her, she wrote Little Women, Little Men, and Little Wives.
Yes. Yes, and little else. And Paul?
The person who writes the Janet and John books.
Yeah. And what did they write?
They wrote Little Men.
Yeah. Little characters. And John, who have you gone along with?
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens. Huh. Right. OK, well, a title for a story. Can we have something, you know, like The Day They Invented Champagne, or Who's Afraid of Virginia Wade, something like that? Just a title for a story. Anybody will do.
Through the Garden Gate.
Through the Garden Gate. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Now, well, starting off then, Archie, with you, in the style of Stephen King, Through the Garden Gate.
Through the garden gates he came, again that summer. Until this point, he'd had no bouts with the dizziness. He remembered only vaguely the smell of burning rubber. Yes, that was all behind him. As he got to the cottage door, he thought to himself,
I wonder if the ladies are at home. He rang the bell, and out gaily tripped Joanne. Joanne said, "Come in, and I'll fix you a meal." As they went into the living room, all the girls were sitting round, gaily embroidering different things onto different pieces of material. "Hi," they said. "Are you still getting those dizzy spells?" "Well, we'll have to do something."
We'll have to do something about that, said Jack. John. Yes, said Jill. June. See the dizzy spell, said John. Yes, said Jill. The dizzy spell. I would like a dizzy spell too. So he hit her across the head with a lump of lead piping. Said Jack.
Stop it.
A piping which no less peremptorily placed itself next to Mr. Naggs and Mr. Noggs, indeed Mr. Niggs, who all so quickly, in but a moment, brought forth the quill and the lemon peel and scraped it even so as the long lines of the faces, rivulets in the delta even of their physiognomies, looked down upon Mr. Pigs, Mr. Pags, and indeed Mr. Piggywicks, who came up the garden path, through the dizzy spell, across the hills, and into the trees, where they met Ernest Hemingway.
Thank you. End of game. All right. That's very good. I have to award points for these games, and I've awarded 10 points each to Josie, Paul, and John, and I think 20 to Archie, because I think he did mention going through a garden wall at one point, which is more than everybody else did. Now, the next round is bizarrely called Different Games, for the simple reason that in it they play different games. I don't know why. The first game we get them to play is Paul and Archie. And I'm going to get an everyday activity from somebody in the audience, and Paul is going to improvise that everyday activity, while Archie will provide the sound effects for that everyday activity. So, has anyone got an everyday activity? Hang on, getting dressed.
Feeding the cat.
Feeding the cat. And having a bath. With the cat and feeding at the same time. Oh, I don't know, I think let's go with... it's getting dressed. That sounds the most everyday of those, I'd say. So you got that? Sort of getting up in the morning, getting dressed, that kind of stuff, Paul? Mm-hmm. With sound effects from Archie, right.
I think I'll put the radio on. My trousers.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, very good. Okay. Yes, I thought that was very good. I give 40 points to Archie there and 40 to Paul, with a bonus of 5, because he did get one item of clothing on, which is what he was required to do. Now, a slightly different game for Josie and John to play. What we're going to do is to get a household object from the studio audience, and the name of one, rather than actually have one given to us. And we'll start off with Josie, and she will sing a song, make up a song on the spot about that household object in a musical style, which will also be provided by the studio audience. Then we'll switch to John. He'll sing about the same object, but in a different musical style as provided by the studio audience again. So first things first, let's have an object, an everyday... Sorry? Ajax. We can't advertise. Not with me working for Vim. What was it? What was who was that other one?
Telephone.
A loo bowl?
Telephone.
Sorry, we're hoping for an English object rather than... No, I'm sorry. No, sorry, it was telephone. Yes, I'm sorry. No, all right, we only want one object. A telephone is fine, yes. So Josie's going to start singing about that, but what sort of musical style could you do? So like... Hang on, so flamenco, that sounds a good one. No, it doesn't sound a good one. So, Sondheim, is that sort of more of a particular
Sondheim?
Sondheim, yes, you know what that means. Can't stand it myself, but there you are.
On my own in my home, nowhere to roam, just me and my telephone. What am I gonna do? When will Harry come and see me and marry me? Harry, marry me. Can you hear me sing, Harry? I just want you to ring, Harry. Oh, my telephone's lonely. No one will phone me. Oh, Harry, marry me. Can you hear me? I'm a believer. So just pick up your receiver.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Oh, that's about the best bit of Sondheim I've heard for a long while. Now, another musical style for John to sing. Reggae, that's all right. There's no, you can do reggae, can't you? Of course you can. So, John, still about a telephone.
Oh, it's still about the telephone.
Yeah. And reggae.
Is that reggae?
Yes. It's like reggae.
Oh, he has it. With a beep, 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 and a bop, 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 I'm gonna knock on a telephone and I'm on in with you, baby. With a beep, 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 I'm gonna knock, I'm gonna go on the telephone, but not bloody British Telecom, mama, in the morning, mama. Gonna dial, 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 make you smile, 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 in the morning, mama, di, be, 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 baba, dial, 9999999, on the speaking clock. Don't wanna hear you talk, yeah, on the block, I got you gonna beep, bop, bop, da, ding, dong, dong. Round the clock doesn't have to write any lyrics, cause it goes up and down and all over the place, it doesn't matter anyway, who gives a toss?
Yes, thank you very much, John. All right. Very good. Very good one there, especially that last one from John, because it mentioned telephone such a lot, which I particularly like. Now, I think I'll give 25 points to Josie and John on that one. I don't know why I'm laughing. Next round, I'm just getting hysterical. The next round is called The World's Worst, which is rather appropriate, I think, for the stage we've got in the evening. It's a free-form game, this. And what the people have to imagine, now what's my note I've got the game to do? Oh yes, the idea is that ITN are looking for a new newscaster or a new newsreader, and they've got to pretend to be the worst people auditioning for that task. So if you'd like to come forward and stand on that little step and just step forward as you think of them, and I'll just buzz when I've had enough of you, which is a nice, quick, snappy thing. The more you do, the more points you get, the quicker we get going. So whoever's got one, go ahead.
A bookie.
No, hang on. Wait a minute.
Wacky!
Some of us are getting a little carried away in the audience now. Every other round requires you to yell things out, and you haven't said a word. And now, just at the moment when we were building up to something very special, I think, from Archie, weren't we? Because the Americans take this sort of long drawl to get going, and... Oh, Archie, you've got one.
Yes, I'm here to interview for the role of the newscaster. Is it... Am I in the right... excuse me.
Und nun die Nachrichten! Engländer, Czechoslovakia, Sturm und Drang!
This afternoon, a school bus. Sorry. This afternoon, a bus full of school children. A bus full of school children careened off the road. 37 children were...
Any more?
What you mean you don't think I'd be very good at the job?
Die, underworld, die. Look, things happen. Began longtime.
Now give the others a chance, Paul, please.
This is
Yes, well... Yes, that's quite enough of those. And while I work out the points for that, we'll switch now to people trying different ways of selling you things. We'll be back after the break. Bye. Well, yes. Well, welcome back. I decided to give 10 points all round for that last game. And the next game is called Props. It's a very simple game. I'm going to give a prop to each of 2 sets of pairs. Josie and Archie, can you be one pair for us? And John and Paul the other. And I'm going to give an item to you. First of all, Josie and Archie, can you have that item? And you've got to think of as many different ways of using that as possible. You go over there with it. And I'll give this other item to John and Paul. It's kind of a quick fire round, this. We go for one quick use of it from Josie and Archie, and then switch over to John and Paul and back again. As many uses as we can get out of it. It won't take too long each time. A lot of points at stake on this round, so I want a lot of effort, please. Josie and Archie, are you ready with your first thing? And go.
You're going to stick this where?
Not just kids like gumdrops, adults too.
I've come to complain about these contact lenses.
You're going to stick this where?
Down, periscope.
I believe it's a major contribution to road safety.
Now, Josie, hop on. I'll take you up to the sunrise.
Any more?
The baby Jesus saw the sun moving through the sky. Through the sky, the baby Jesus saw the sun moving.
Do you want some myrrh?
I don't want none of your myrrh. I want frankincense. I want gold.
I've got bath cubes.
Tonight, live on television, Archie is going to interview the world's thinnest man.
Oh, hi there, Archie.
I move, I stop, I turn, and...
And I catch.
One more each.
Mom, we've got to cut the cord soon. This is going on far too long.
End. Thank you.
Enough.
Thank you very much. Oh, yes, massive. Thank you very much. Yes, they were so good. They go 100 points to everybody there. So good there. Now, Party Quirks. This is a game which really matches Paul Merton against everybody else. He's going to be playing the host of a party. Now, the others are going to be the guests at a party, but they are each going to be allocated a quirk, a strange quirk of behaviour. And we've done this by getting the members of the studio audience to suggest a few quirkish ways of behaving. The best 3 have been selected and been allocated via these envelopes to the various participants. Now, if you can all, once you've got your quirk, line up ready to come in. I've got a different bell for this one. The budget's gone mad on this one. And so, Paul, you come down. You're just improvising being at a party. And when I ring the bell, you've got 2 minutes as they come in and to work out who they are. A lot of points going for you on this one, Paul. You could win by using this. It's extraordinary.
I realise the gravity of the situation.
Yes, yeah. You're mad then. OK, so we'll start with the first guest coming in.
I think I heard a knock at the door. Hello, you're tall, aren't you?
Paul, I'm on a step. Now, would you like me to come in? Would you
Yes,
like
do
me to...
come in, please. You're the
Are you
first
sure
guest.
you want me to? Because it's up to you. It's what you want. It's your life.
Do you want me to be honest?
Yes.
Well, come in. There's some twiglets there.
Twiglets,
I've
now-
got bits of cheese stuck on a stick, bits of sausage stuck on a
And do
stick.
you feel happy about this party, Paul? Do you feel happy in yourself?
I do feel happy within myself about this party.
Good.
So far...
Oh, sorry, wrong bell.
Excuse me. There's somebody at the microwave.
Answer the door.
I'll get the door. Not today, thank you. So I've got some over here. I've got some sausages. I don't know. Just kidding. It's Bob, isn't it?
Nice moon, isn't it?
Yes. You've come to sell me double glazing, haven't you?
You're close. You're very close on that one.
Have you met the agony aunt over here?
Oh, brilliant. So, yeah. Great one there.
I must be going now, Paul.
All right, cheerio.
Josie, you've been guessed. Double glazing salesman is so close to this one, but there's another one coming in. So...
Is that the way you're going to do it?
That's the way I was planning of doing it, yes. Those guinea pigs are my pets!
You see,
I know what you are, but I just like watching you do it. Wait a minute.
You better...
They say that if you drink this out of a silver chalice, you will never die. A wolf man, obviously.
Well, a werewolf, yes,
A
I'll
werewolf.
give you that, yes.
A werewolf.
I think that what you're doing... Well, let me put it this way. If...
Do you want to go upstairs?
You see, you're avoiding everything that you could confront. Now, if, just as a matter of interest, you decided to go and get a drink.
Yes, I decided to get a drink, yes. Well, I could, yes.
I mean, what's that?
You don't play ice hockey for a living, do you?
You got about 30 seconds to get this,
30
otherwise
seconds.
you won't
You're
get it.
making the whole direction of what you're doing not part of you, but part of them. And what I want to see is you in there driving that little something, because you've got it. And just...
You're a driving instructor. I know what you are.
Yes?
But let's not talk about you. You're one of the finest theatre directors we have.
That's right.
Brilliant. Oh, dear. Well, I don't know. Very, very good, Paul. You deserve a full 100 points for getting all those, but I'll give you 10 because you teased us so much, and I'll give 10 each to everybody else. So that's a nice even round there. So just totting up the points there, I see that Archie just wins it then. So well done, Archie Hahn. The prize for winning the contest is to get to read out the credits in a way of my choosing, and I'd like you to do it in the way of an American sports commentator. Right, before we get to that, I'd just like to thank everybody who's taken part. That's to say Archie Hahn, Josie Lawrence, Paul Merton, John Sessions, and Richard Vrance. And so that's all from me. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
It's a pretty nice day today. Start Clive Anderson, John Sessions, Archie Hahn, Paul Merton. Title music by Philip. Okay, fine. All right, the game will be starting with floor manager Janet Stewart, who was injured last year from a groin injury. And coming up is production by Wavanda. Okay, fine. Production assistant Helen Gartell, who, all right, fine. And wearing number 72, designer Pip Gardner. Director Paul O'Dell will be left guard. Executive producer, oh boy, fine. Well, we seem to run out of players today. What with the rain and the snow and the sleet and the ice, it's rather skittish out there in the field. Why am I still on camera, you ask? I don't know. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Hello. Hello, welcome. This is Whose Line Is It Anyway? And if you've seen the programme before, then you'll sing it again now. It's an improvisation programme in which we set a number of games to our contestants to test out their ability to live off their wits, to perform off the cuff, or otherwise to shrug off their embarrassment. Now, I don't mind telling you we've got a really top-line lineup tonight. In fact, I don't mind telling you that every week, whether it happens to be true or not. But let me first of all introduce our first contestant, who is Stephen Fry, actor and writer. Stephen is an intellectual man of letters who can turn his hand to broad comedy, but does return from time to time to his first love, which is advertising peppermints and building societies. Then we have Peter Cook, who, of course, for many years has been described, and rightly, as the funniest man in England, oddly enough, even when he's abroad. And then we have Josie Lawrence from the Comedy Store Players, who is beautiful, talented and charming. In fact, in many ways, a sort of female Derek Jameson. And finally, we have, as usual, John Sessions, who I regard as perhaps the most gifted actor of his generation. But that's not just my opinion, that's his as well. So here they are, the contestants. Now, the first game is called Authors, and it does allow the contestants just a little bit of preparation because each of them has come along with the style of a famous author in mind, and they're going to take it in turns to tell a story in the style of their favourite author. So if you'd like to come forward, you have, of course, prepared with a famous author. But it's a certain amount of improvisation as well, because I have to get the title of the story from somebody in the studio audience, which I'll do in just a moment. First of all, Stephen, who is the author you're going to start with?
Well, Clive, I've chosen John le Carré.
John le Carré, and why not? Peter Cook.
Albert Goldman.
Albert Goldman, biographer of Elvis Presley, John Lennon.
John Lennon and yes, Lenny Bruce, yes.
Other people who are too dead to sue.
Terribly nice man.
And, yes,
My
Josie.
author isn't a name as such, but it's the kind of people that write articles for women's magazines.
Oh, right. And John Sessions.
Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway. Right, another show if you want for you. Now, OK, so a title for a story. Anything will do, just to link all that together.
Day at the races.
A Day at the Races, that sounds fair enough. Wasn't that the title of a film once? We'll start with Stephen. When we've had he's done a lot, I'll buzz like that and we move on to Peter and so on until the story is told. So, A Day at the Races, in the style, first of all, of John le Carré, Stephen Fry.
George. Controls gone potty, George. Operation Ascot went downhill, George, since the lamplighters and the scalp hunters went on their own and their renegade, George, and we need you right now. What's the odds, Roddy? Don't flirt with me, George. You scratch... Thank you.
I knew that there were serious problems with the horse when I saw him unable to get up in the morning, crazed with drunk, drugs, and women and tiny little white panties. This horse was never gonna run. But I knew that once Shergar died, I could make a fortune.
Yes, he interviewed 20,000 people. He asked girls if they do go to the races, do they normally wear flat shoes or heels? And do you know, our survey came across 20% of women wear high heels and the rest wear flatties because getting stuck in the turf, is a no-no.
Lester looked off down the long, curving track towards where the horses were to begin, but he didn't look further than he wanted to because his father had told him it wasn't the course to go on. He knew that the river came round in the middle of the course, which was a shame because it was a racehorse, but it didn't matter a cuss, it didn't matter a damn, because he knew what his father had told him about. It was no cogida for the horse or for him. The horse went along and then it went down a bit, and then it came up a bit. And then if you looked at it from the other side, it went down a bit more. That is what we call in Spain, arumia.
Right, well, that got us off to a racing start, and I have to award some points there. I think I'll give 10 points all round, with a 5-point deduction to Peter Cook, just to make it difficult for him at the beginning. Now we go on to a game called Film and Theatre Style, so called because we have to have a range of theatre and film styles for the contestants to improvise in. We're going to start off with two of you acting together, and it'll be Stephen and Peter. So if you'd like to come forward, I'm going to give you a scene in a moment to improvise, and you'll have to do it in a range of different styles. And I'd like a few suggestions from the audience, if at all possible. A theatre style, a film style, we'll get a few of them for them to... Woody Allen, yes, wait a minute, I'll write these down. Hang on. Shakespearean. Wait, hang on, one at a time. Gangster films, was that?
Chekhov.
Sorry? I'm sorry, I thought you were being rude to me. Chekhov. It was Chekhov. It was quite clear. It was quite my mis... Travelogue, yes. Sorry? Gosh. No, that was fast. I think we were quite enough there. Righty-ho, so you want a situation to improvise in, don't you?
Not particularly.
No, well,
Very much, no.
you look a bit stupid just standing there. What we'd like you to do is to be a parliamentary candidate, one of you going round, knocking on the door, somebody on the knocker, canvassing for a vote. That's your improvisation.
Hello, I don't want to tax you too early on, but I will be going into Parliament, I hope, and I wondered if I could rely on your vote.
Oh, for all the sea that spread its wings throughout the firmament, I knew one thing would come to this particular door, bearing a tall waitress, lovingly clad in silk. But you, I fear, are not she.
Good. Well, I daren't add Shakespeare to that. I think it'd be...
that was a gangster film.
Oh, right, yeah. More like a disaster to me, but let's go into farce, if we aren't there already. All right, okay.
Nothing is not subtle.
Yeah. Thank God you remembered to put them on, Stephen.
Thank God, yes.
Afterwards.
Last-minute decision.
Nicer than the rehearsal player.
Yeah. That just reminded. Let's do travelogue now.
Travelogue.
Neath the bedappled yellow ribbon of time that is the Colorado River is a besprinkled constituent upon whom I hope to be able to rely.
The orange beaver has always been a lonely animal. Sure. It mates only in the spring.
Right.
And it springs only in the autumn. The beaver that provides so much soap for rich women is endangered.
Right, and
but if
it has one enemy. One enemy, this animal.
Me, I hate the thing.
Travelogue.
Okay, gangster movie.
Oh, good grief. We've done 3.
Gangster movie.
Hey, freeze!
Thank you very much. All right. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's fine. Well, it'll be a hard man who gave any less than 50 points each there, so I'll give 25 points each there, with a bonus of 30 to Stephen for his underpants. Now, Josie and John, you're obviously the next pair. We'd like a few more film and theatre styles. Some more theatre styles. British war film. Prehistoric epic. Greek tragedy, yes. Would you like that in the original Greek or in translation?
If we get that, maybe so.
Italian war films. Well, they show it backwards, do they? Now, any more? That's sort of obscure.
Satire.
British satire. Oh, what a shame we've not Peter in this one. In a blue movie.
Peter and Stephen.
Right, I think that's quite enough. So your situation that you have to improvise is breaking up with a partner. So the two of you are breaking up.
Okay.
And you start off just in any style, the way Peter did, and then I'll cut in with a new one for you.
It's all a case, really, Jane, of... I don't know.
Yes, John? What was it you wanted to say to me?
I was just going to say that, well, it worked very well last Saturday, but now it's... I don't know. I want to go and do the dishes, OK?
Yeah, do the dishes, darling.
I'll see you later.
OK, let's do Shakespearean.
I feel that thou hast not giving thine heart
Think
to
not,
me.
madam, what thou comest with. Thou art all lean, thou art but a popinjay, far upon the hill, and I thy jesses.
Comest with, I comest with nothing. nothing whereas thou art concerned, sire.
But thou art juicy fruit in my bowl, good lady. By faith, I'd pare thee like a quince and throw thee to the Otterways.
OK, let's go into UK war films, British war film.
Hello, Jackie. You know Bob, he's coming in later.
He's a damn fool, you know.
I know he's a damn fool, but he's a good chap. Listen, what are you doing on Saturday night?
I thought I might just take the air.
Oh, it's just an idea I had. I just said that Billy and Jack is... Hang on. Yes? But you can't. I can't give you a cigarette over the phone. What?
Let me talk to him.
OK.
Johnny, are you coming home?
I'll go and make a couple of gins for us, shall I?
OK, let's do a blue movie. Can we do this without costumes? Or with costumes?
Blue movie?
Yeah.
A blue movie. You must have seen some. Oh, you've been in some, haven't you?
Shut up, me mum and dad are in.
Have they been in them as well? That's quite extraordinary.
Oh, that's so good. That's so nice. Oh, sorry.
That's OK. I just turned up to see whether or not you wanted anything fixing, like these curtains over here, or perhaps this underwear drawer.
I like it when men just turn up. Are you going to come again?
I will, but I've got to... I can't come this minute. I've got to go out and get 7 friends of mine. This is Rafe. He's from Spain.
It's good.
I haven't seen any.
Ending there, yeah. Well, I thought that was very good. I'm going to give you 50 points each there. It would have been more if you'd ever mentioned, you know, a relationship splitting up, which is what you're supposed to be doing. No, I think we do a game called Props now. Yes, we do. And on this one, I'm going to give John and Peter this prop. So can you come forward and have this?
Well, that's right. Oh, missed.
That'll be easy for the camera to pick up.
Right.
Now, you've got to think of as many ways of using that prop. Meanwhile, Josie and Stephen, yes, of course. I thought I'd just improvise another name for you. That's your prop, and we'll go between the two pairs with using the buzzer again. The more uses you can think of it, the more points you'll get, the longer it'll take, the worse it'll seem. So, yes, starting with Peter and John with your yellow ball, if that's what you decide to call it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Is this your yellow ball with a cavity in it? Is that yours?
Yes, I'm off down to the river to meet Moses. I'll see you later.
Hi, I'm just taking a shower. Would you pass my towel?
Why, sure, honey.
It's a fun ball. It's a round ball, but a ball with a hole in it. Pete.
Daddy, can I really play with it?
No, you've got to go back in your bedroom where that rather strange man is going to nail you to the floor.
Oh, all right, Peter. I'm sure you know best.
I do.
Look, Vince, either the BBC believes in Doctor Who or it doesn't, but how am I going to make 17 monsters out of this?
Peter's just given me this goldfish bowl, but there's so much gold on it, you can't see the fish.
No, seriously. It's not a large flat, but you can get an extension on here.
Yeah, one more each, maybe.
This is saliva.
OK, thank you very much. That's it. That's it. I think, can't expect you any more than that. Yeah. Thank you. Well, there it is, I think. OK, well, perhaps 10 points for everybody there. Well, we'll take a break now, so see you in just a moment, OK? Yeah. Thank you for that applause, and that was just for the adverts. Well, I decided to give just 5 points to everybody in that last game. The next game is called Panel, and the idea of this is that the contestants here will be forming themselves into those sort of people who appear on Any Questions or Robin Day's programme as panellists, and they'll just try and discuss an issue of the day in the characters they're adopting. So we'd like an issue of the day from somebody in the audience. You've got some topic of general discussion that you might have... One over the back there, what's that?
Smoking.
Smoking. Fair enough. Right, well, I assume that's a discussion point rather than you're pointing something out. Sorry?
Channel tunnel.
Channel tunnel. Channel tunnel smoking. That would be rather difficult. I think we'll settle with smoking. I think we've got... I think you're all ready to talk about that, aren't you? So you can neither be for or anti it, just you can use bits of old props and costumes lying around there to form yourself into a character, or you can completely not do that. Good evening and welcome to Ask the Panel. Tonight we'll be discussing the topic of smoking.
I'm terribly sorry I'm late, but I got delayed because I was smoking and my boa caught fire.
Your boa caught fire, yeah. That does illustrate one of the dangers of smoking, and indeed one of the dangers...
perils of boas.
Boas, yes, indeed. Could I ask you your name? Could I ask your name? Could I ask your name?
Yes, of course you can.
Yes. Well, I'll do that now. What is your name?
Yes, Arthur.
Yes, sir, Arthur.
Yes, sir, Arthur.
Yes, sir. You're an Arab gentleman, are you?
What?
An Arab gentleman, are you?
No, I'm a married gentleman.
A married gentleman.
Yes, but if you want me to be Arab, I, of course, will, you know.
Yes.
No, this is just a religious thing I wear.
Yeah. And I'll just talk to somebody else.
I would.
Who might talk English better than you do.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman there in the glasses and Tico's or something. What is your name?
Richard, but I'm a Dick, really. I'd prefer to be called a Dick.
Yes.
Dick, I answer to Dick.
Yeah. Well, I think we all answer to Dick, but
yes.
The gentleman in the cap.
I'm Tommy Timpkins, name by name, always known as Tommy Timpkins. I've been on a stage door, I've been in the business, I've been in the world, I've been in the music hall business for 55 years. I'm always ready with a joke. Here's one.
Yep.
There's a person...
I hope it's about smoking.
It's all about smoking.
Yeah.
A friend with a boa.
Yeah.
Mr. Boa and Mr. Dick.
Yeah.
They're going down the road, and one of them says, you got smoke, are you? The other says, no, but you can get some in that shop. It's a great one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's one of my favourites.
But I'm going to have to interrupt you there. We admire your technique, it's just your...
My technique.
And the lady there, what's your name?
Trixie, what's yours?
Trixie, my name's Clive, but that's my problem. Trixie, do you have any views on smoking?
When you smoke, you have lots of little hairs in your throat.
Do you?
That grow, that stop all the badness from going down inside you. When you smoke, you immediately burn them off.
Oh, I see. So...
I collect...
No, with the greatest respect in the world, that is absolute balls.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not balls, it's a fact.
No.
It's a fact.
She's absolutely right.
It's
You've
a
got
bally fact.
thousands of little balls in your throat.
No, not balls.
Yeah.
Which stop the smoke getting in.
Yes, I made a wig out of these throat hairs.
Yes. Oh, I see, yeah.
This is nostril hairs.
No.
I can't tell you what those are.
No. This is fascinating, but we just don't want to talk about it.
This is my leg hair.
See, I mean, generally, I can stop smoking tomorrow if I wanted to, but I mean, could he stop being a bigoted git? I don't think so. You can't put a bigoted git out in the national...
What do you think about taxation? Do you think cigarettes should be taxed?
How can you tax a cigarette? People should be taxed. Possibly
Yeah.
smokers should. You shouldn't tax a cigarette. You won't get any money out of cigarettes.
Not
try
penny.
taxing...
Not a
Excuse
penny.
me, could you give me a quarter of your income?
Yeah.
No joy at all.
Yes.
Can't be done.
Yes.
I'm very worried about the effects of passive bigotry. In a restaurant the other day, there was a fellow only 2 tables away from me being a bigot. Now, if I had a child there, that child could pick up some of that bigotry and turn into a bigot for the rest of their life.
Well, on the unlikely note of you having a child in a restaurant, we'll end the discussion there. And thank you very much from all the panellists. And good night. Thank you. Right. Well, I think we covered that. I think we covered that well enough, and I'll give 20 points to everybody there. Now, the next game is called Rap. It involves all 4 contestants, and what they have to do is simply to... It's a lovely game, this, isn't it, Stephen? Yeah. Stephen does this on his own anyway, in private, but in public, they all do 4 together, and they have to improvise a rap based on a subject selected now by the studio audience. So, a nice broad topic for them to devise a rap round. You know what the rap music is, don't you?
Spelling mistakes.
Spelling mistakes. That is almost freaky, that. Something at least vaguely broadcasted. Having a baby. That's a good one. I like that. Have you recently had a baby yourself? It was delicious, yeah. Yes. Very, very witty. Stop yelling out anything else, will you, please? OK, so good suggestion from the man with the rather unpleasant beard, which is... no, it's a nice beard, actually. I like it. You're a man, aren't you? Yes, of course you are. So it's the having the baby rap, and to help you do it, there'll be a drum beat starting any minute, I should hope.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we'll start with you, John, normally. So if you'd like to come forward and do the having the baby rap.
Clinical, umbilical, having babies don't make you cynical. You could on the floor you go, baby, 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 have you on the windowsill.
I met this man, he was called Dennis. He turned out to be a menace. He said, come home, I said, maybe. Now I found out that I'm having his baby. Well, he, and a push, don't push it.
When the baby comes, you know full well that the baby's going to make your life hell. But you throw the baby out the door, you say, I want a little bit more of what made the baby come in the first place. Which is boogie, woogie, 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 woogie.
Well, there's obviously a lot of unpleasantness that has to be gone through before the baby eventually comes out and chirrups. I mean, for a start, of course, the poor old mother has to put her foot in those revolting stirrups. And you've got to be very careful to make sure the baby doesn't come out in other unpleasant pieces. And to stop that happening, I recommend amniocentesis. So that's a very, very good thing to have there. When I was born, the umbilical cord was cut with a sabre. Because it's only politically true, of course, as well, that only the surgeon's knife will really save labour. Carry on.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Sorry.
I think we'll end that right there. Well, that was a very even round, and so it's 10 points for everybody apart from Peter Cook, who gets 1,000 points there. And so all it remains now is to tot up the score to see who wins. And yes, I see that Peter Cook has just won this week's game. And the prize, as you'll know, or you know in a moment at any rate, the prize for winning this game is to get to read the credits out at the end of the programme, but in the style of my choosing. And I'd like, Peter, if you would, to read out the credits in the style of a New York taxi driver. So all I have to do now is to thank everybody for taking part in the show. That's thanks to Stephen Fry, Peter Cook, Josie Lawrence, and John Sessions. There's me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? Devised and compiled by Dan Patterson, Mark Levison, starred Clive Anderson, John Sessions, with Peter Cook, Stephen Fry, Josie Lawrence. Television, Philip Pope, Zena Cameron, Martin Hodgson, Sound Supervisor, Chris Blake, Vision Mixer, Russ Story. Floor manager, Heather Belvedere, Too Fast, Cousins, Dan John Hibb. Makeup designer, Christine Bolton. This is Too Fast. Research, James Bigger, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Lighting director, Michael Lingard. Pip Gardner. Director, David Odell. Denise O'Donoghue. Producer, John Patterson. I love that guy. I love that guy.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? 30 minutes of extemporised wit, impromptu wisdom, and when things go wrong, totally unfeigned embarrassment. But trying tonight, we have Richard Kaplan, American comedian, bringing us the excitement of Chicago improvisation all the way from his home in Los Angeles. Griff Rhys-Jones, who for my money remains the funniest man on British TV's Alas, Smith and Jones, who isn't called Smith. And then returning to this programme for perhaps his third or fourth visit, Paul Merton, whose radiant smiling face and cheery grin we have yet to see. And finally, the battler of Largs himself, John Sessions, clearly destined for fame and fortune once he throws off his natural diffidence and shyness. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. All right. Right. OK. Now, the first game is called Authors. The idea of this is the contestants have each come along with the style of a famous author in mind, and I'm going to get them to tell a story using that famous author's style. So if you'd like to come forward ready to tell a story. And, Richard, can you tell us which author you selected?
Raymond Chandler.
Raymond Chandler, jolly good. Griff?
Milton.
Milton. That'll be John Milton, I should imagine, rather than...
Yeah.
Not Milton Keynes or anything like that. Paul?
Sunday Sport.
Sunday Sport. Does that have an author? Yes, I suppose it must do. John?
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Friedrich Nietzsche. Right, now, and what we'd like is the title of a story, please. Could somebody suggest the title of a story? Sorry? Kurt Waldheim's War Diaries. Well, I hope that's all right. Is he still alive? Can he sue? I should think that's all right.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yes.
Right.
You're not happy with that?
No, that's fine, yeah.
No, yeah. Milton used to write a lot about that sort of thing. Not that Kurt Waldheim was there, but then he wasn't in the war either. So, OK, if you can manage that, on you go.
It was an early morning. I had just polished off my second bottle of gin and my third pack of cigarettes, and it was only 9 o'clock. A little German guy walked in. I could tell by his accent. He was looking funny. I offered him gin. He didn't take it. That made me really suspicious.
Thus spake the Yank. As when a mighty whistling roar across the high mountains far from the coast of Scylla and Charybdis, and like a mighty whinging adamantine rock, the figure of the little Crouch on a simple stool.
Kurt Waldheim, is he really Elvis Presley? We do know for a fact that he's living on the moon and that he's just given birth to an olive. This much is pure fact.
Fact, fiction, it was all reality to me. I just recovered from my third nervous breakdown in Baden-Baden when somebody gave me the idea that these fishing philosophers, these high and dry and mighty philosophers, thought of everything. I found a book. A book it was by a man called Waldheim. He lived in one country and said he was in another. That's what I would do. I would be in one country and think that I was indeed in another.
Run again.
What else could I do? The German was desperate. He stood in my office, refusing my gin and cigarettes. I took him on the road. Out.
A road so long that length, if it were as short as time itself, long would it not be that it was so long.
Can you see a picture of Hitler in this shredded wheat?
The true Godhead was not, as I thought, in infinity, but infinity, in a book, filled, firm, and solid. There it was, indeed. In my mind it was, beating and throbbing there to the high Zarathustra, lower down to the earth. Ecce homo, there the book. Ecce homo, there Waldheim.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, I can't distinguish any of the contestants there, so I'll give double points to Richard Kaplan, 20 points to him, 10 each to everybody else. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. The contestants will be acting in pairs, improvising a scene which I'll be giving them in a moment, starting with Paul and Richard. So can you come forward, ready? And we'll be cutting in with different styles for them to switch into, as and when we feel like it. So can we have a few film and theatre styles that you might be able to suggest for us? Monty Python, OK. Science fiction? We have horror quite a lot. What's that? Spaghetti Western? Kung Fu? What was that?
Russian constructivist cinema in the 1920s.
Yeah. 1920s, you got that?
Can you be more specific? Is that like pre-1923 or after 1921?
All right, now the scene we'd like to improvise is a big businessman buying out a little sandwich shop or sandwich seller. So if you like to be the big businessman.
Listen, I see enormous potential here in sandwiches.
Well,
So you're gonna fall through the net. You're the little guy. It's the big guys who do good in the end, so don't worry about it there, fella.
This has been my life. These tomatoes and cheeses, they're like friends to me.
Tomatoes, cheeses, give me a pastrami, give me a rye, give me a roll.
Spaghetti Western.
Do you want that with bolognese? Brown or white?
If you cut my sandwich, I'll have to cut you.
I've got a fistful of ham here.
I'll pay, I've got a fistful of dollars.
Monty Python.
No! The ham! Yes, this is an ex-ham sandwich. I took this ham sandwich away from this shop less than an hour ago.
No!
Yes!
Say it isn't so!
I won't. This is an ex-ham sandwich.
Horror.
My God, the ham. It's crawling up your arm.
Oh, God! Damn it! Get it off! Get it off! Kill it! Kill it! Oh! Oh!
Okay. All right. Yes, well, very good, very good. So 37 points each there. Now we go into Griff and John. You'd like to come forward ready for your situation. Another few styles for them to go.
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller, oh yes, we haven't had him for... So, Video Nasty, Hitchcock.
I'll give you
Sorry.
a couple of sentences. You'll pick up the
Laurel and Hardy, jolly. Well, it's what? 100. What's one run around here? A whodunit and Swedish erotica, which you could combine, couldn't you? I mean, who'd done it to everybody? Kitchens, that'll do. Now, okay, so your situation is, if you would, John explaining... Can't read my own writing. Yes, I know. John, you're explaining to Griff how to operate the nuclear button. You're in charge of the nuclear button, and Griff is taking over for a holiday a couple of weeks while you're away.
Okay.
If you do it quicker than my explanation, you'll be doing very
sure,
well.
okay, right.
Okay, where you go?
Okay, Jack, you come over here. You come
Over here, right over here?
Right
Where you
here.
standing? Okay.
Assume the position over
Wait a minute,
there.
hang on, I just got to get that
No,
together.
come on,
No,
Mac,
it's all right,
here.
okay, right, yeah.
There's the button, there's
Where's
the
the
Zevon
button?
D.
Is this the button? What, just the
no,
one
no,
on the
not
wall?
that
Sorry,
one there.
No.
That one plays your favorite Wurlitzer songs. But
Oh,
that one
that's
there
right.
will blow up the Russians, the Chinese.
All right, Laurel and Hardy.
Well, it's quite simple. All you have to do is to be funny slowly. The button is there for you to press. You still there?
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller.
I did see the button. The button was there in
What
the
are you
midnight.
talking about? The button all the time. It's just the button, the button, the button.
When
There's
I was...
nothing wrong with that
I'm
button.
not
If you just wanted, if you're done thinking yourself, it's been so low,
You don't
so
understand.
down, you could press that button just like that.
You're always arguing in the kitchen. You should understand what I'm saying to you. I'm your father. I was an actor. I could cut you through like a knife. There you are. You're coming along there. You know nothing about pressing buttons. I do.
Who done
Don't
it?
you press the button.
Jeannie.
Don't press the button.
Yeah. And Swedish erotica.
Well, you know, that is my button. I'd like you to press it.
Would you really? I think maybe I should get you underneath the table. First, you lick my feet. Lick my feet, each toe that twiddles here between my sensuous buttons.
Oh, that is something I would really like to do.
Then, get yourself down, groovy daddy and
if I
lick my
may.
toe.
Thank you.
Lick my toe, and then you press the button.
Thank you, that'll do. Okay. All right. Ooh. Well, 86 each there. So let's now go on to the next round, which is called World's Worst, and everybody has to take part in this again, so come to the World's Worst step, if you would. And the idea of this is they just have to think of as many different examples of the world's worst person to be President of the United States of America. And you just portray that, and I'll buzz you as soon as I've got the idea of that. So, away you go. Any order?
Hi, I'm George Bush.
Hi, I'm Michael Dukakis.
I, Lee Harvey Oswald.
And wait a minute. Don't be put off by the funny blemish on my head.
Hi, I'm Mike Smith. I'm running for president.
Hi, I'm Earl Jones of Earl Jones Ford. I've sold more Fords than anybody in Texas. I can correct our trade imbalances like that.
President Bernard Manning here.
Oh. There's more? They were so good the way it was, Paul.
Hello, so here he is, and he's got sooty dirt in the balls. No. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yo, I think I was so successful with the Rambo films. I deserve a chance to lead the country because I look good with muscle oil on.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
I'm a bad actor too.
Hello, I'm Griff. So at least if you get assassinated, you've got to...
Okay. Well, while I work out the scores of that, we go away for an advertising break, and I speak very quickly to try and catch up the man who has to play in the signature tune at this point. Go. Well, 10 points each for each of those adverts. Now, the next game is called Props, and they divide into pairs again for this game, and I'm going to give this prop to, first of all, John and Griff. So, John and Griff have got to come up with as many different ways of using this prop as possible.
That's inside out.
And Paul and Richard, you have this prop, and you at the same time are coming up with as many different examples for that. And we buzz between the two, as usual. The more ideas, the longer it goes on for, the longer we have to wait for the next round. So, Griff and John, you start.
Oh,
Go.
my God.
Yes?
Are we off?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, we're the Bill and Ben Puppet Company. Here's Ben. And here's little Wee.
Yes, it's the world's largest donut, but I'm not put off by it. Just give me a gallon of coffee, I should be able to get it done.
Right, Jones, this is a very, very obscure public school we're at, and I understand you've got a little bit of indigestion, so we have to just turn over Ben.
I'm afraid this is all that's left of your wife.
And there we are, by the end of the week. You really will have two absolutely gazonkas.
Thank you very much.
Get aboard, we set sail any minute. Come on, get on board.
Okay, come on, gang, this way.
If you're at home and you're bored and you've got no fun or anything, make your own Dalek. Get an old sink plunger and wander around like a gig.
Do you get bored at Christmas? Why not buy a foam rubber bum?
Hello, you've seen me do my wobbling plate in the air like this. I can make it go upside down as well.
It's all the rage in Paris.
Have you ever been in a science fiction movie?
No.
Well, you have now.
Oh, right. Funny,
Navigator, I see a gap in the clouds.
Thank you. Thank you. That was indescribably good, so 5 points each. Now, the next game is called Remote Control. The idea of this is each of the contestants is playing the part of a different television programme, which is on at the same time, and I flick from channel to channel with my remote controller. So if you'd like to come forward ready to play your different stations. Richard, I'd like you to be playing an American game show host. Griff, you're doing One Man and His Dog. Paul, an American cop show. And John, Noggin the Nog. OK? So can you just lob between that? But strangely enough, each of these programmes is dealing with the same sort of topic, and I'd like that to be supplied for us now. So you can think of a general topic they could... Sorry? Lust.
Norwegian lumberjack.
No, hang on. Don't go mad. Something a little more specific than lust, and not as specific as Norwegian lumberjacks. Sorry? Terry and Jude. Is that a subject, a proper subject for... Video, no, that's too tight to television. Just a topic, some sort of topic. Traffic. Was that traffic? Traffic, that sounds very good. I'm glad you came. Okay, Joanne, I'll lob around just randomly. I'll start with you, Paul, please.
It was just another day in an ordinary life down at the police station. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon when I realized that it was 2:30 in the afternoon. The traffic outside was getting louder and louder. It seemed that the guys out there were driving with microphones in their exhaust pipes.
John.
And Noggin and von Ogson found the contraflow. They sat there for an hour. And had their tea and thought and chatted and looked. And Graculus the green bird was caught way, way up high up in the Yorkshire moors, maybe on the M6. And down they came again, happy and sad and happy. There the sea, blue beside them. The Belisha beacon.
Richard.
Hi, welcome to Crash, the show where we reward the person who has the most horrific automobile accident. Last week, John Smith from New York City advanced to the next round when he severed his legs running his Ford off a bridge.
Griff. John.
And Nuka and Noggin sat in the traffic for hours. You're always sitting in the bleeding traffic, aren't you, Noggin? Said Nuka. Yes, we are. And then they went round the roundabout, up to the cold north by the Belisha beacons. Further away they went.
Griff.
Come on, what? Hello, hey.
Thanks very much. Luton, please.
Paul.
Nuneaton. We wanted a photo fit picture of Nuneaton to try and match it up with other areas that we'd arrested during the night.
Griff. Richard.
No, I'm sorry, Mary Smith. You'll be penalized for wearing a safety belt and not being thoroughly intoxicated while you ran our course. But no matter, we have some parting gifts, a case of Valvoline motor oil and a lifetime subscription to Crash Magazine.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Right. Oh, dear. I think 49 points to everybody on that particular round. Now, Party Quirks matches Paul Merton against the rest. We also play this game with Paul when he's on. Paul's going to be playing the host of a party, and the others will be playing guests arriving at that party, but each of them has been allocated a strange physical or mental quirk, which they can see by looking in the envelopes which are in front of them. Careful not to show it to Paul. And the idea of the game is that Paul improvises the party, and they improvise their quirks, and he has to guess them. Okay, so Paul, do you want to come down and improvise away? The others will come in from around that side there, please. And I'll ring a doorbell noise to signal you coming in. Okay, so we're starting with Richard, then Griff, then John. You started, is that your party improvisation already? Ooh. Looks very impressive.
Hello, Richard, come in.
Listening device.
Yes, it's my telephone.
I think that was...
That's a looking device over there. That's my television set.
Don't trust him.
No,
Don't trust him at all.
Well, can I give you something? Would you like some wine or some beer, perhaps?
Yeah.
Help yourself.
I'll help myself.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good.
How are you? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, bad boy. He's a naughty boy today, you know. I said you're a naughty boy, aren't you? I'm a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy, aren't you? You're a naughty boy. I'm a naughty boy. I'm a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy.
What a naughty boy he is. He's a naughty boy.
Hello, come in.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello, that's right. Greet one.
What's this? What's this digging here?
It's lager.
Don't drink it.
No,
you're just paranoid. That's the trouble with you.
No, I know better. It's an espionage trick.
You CIA people all the time.
That beer might self-destruct at any minute.
No, beer? No, we keep these outside. We keep these in the garden because our excretory systems are now so small we can just do it in that.
He said his excretory systems.
Yeah. You're a ventriloquist, aren't you?
Yes, that'll do it.
Yeah,
He's a
okay.
bad ventriloquist, yes. Only two more to do.
What's this?
It's a button on my...
A button! That's right.
I think it's a listening device. I spoke to Barney earlier. Place is wired to the gills. I've got bad problems.
You work for the Thames Water Authority, don't you?
Yes, I do!
Yeah. Getting very close. You've got 10 seconds to get these two.
It's only a cover.
Yeah, you're an espionage man.
Yes, I am.
You're a kind of secret agent, aren't you?
Yes, and I'm a good friend of Peter Graves, and he told me to watch out for this.
Yes, for Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Do you mean to say that you don't break these down now and use them as contraceptives?
No, not the twiglets, no, we just...
That's the end there, Paul. I'm sorry I didn't get there. Any last guess for what John is?
No, I don't know.
The future?
The future?
Yes, that's the thing I was leading you away from.
Oh, I see.
Thank you very much, Paul.
I'm just being thick, aren't I?
I don't know, we keep...
The future.
Well, I don't know. It's very difficult to score that one. I think 15 points for the improvisers and none again for Paul Merton. And I was going to give you a bonus for not mentioning twiglets this week, but you blew it just at the end, so...
When in doubt, go for the twiglets laugh.
Right, well, that brings us to the end of the show, and just totalling up the points, I see that, for the first time, we've got a draw. So it's a draw between Griff and John. Griff Rhys-Jones and John Sessions, so well done. And the prize for winning on this programme is to get to read the credits out in the style of my choosing, and I'd like John to do it in the style of Griff Rhys-Jones, and Griff Rhys-Jones to do it as himself. So it just remains for me to thank Richard Kaplan, Griff Rhys-Jones, Paul Merton and John Sessions. Thank you, the studio audience. As me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Yes. Whose line is it anyway?
The lies inspired by
John Patterson and Mark Lips.
Starred Clive Anderson and John Sessions.
All music by Phil Film clips supplied by Simon Morrison. This is Rob's story.
Videotape, floor manager Janet Stewart.
Very good, Janet.
Stage manager Hilary Groves. Costume designer, makeup designer, production by The Want Vivian.
Yes, production New Alan Buckley. Yes, research James Digger. Lighting director Michael Ingard, designer Pete Gardner. Executive producer Denise O'Donoghue, producer Don Patterson. Where's Mel?
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And tonight we're looking forward to more than our fair share of fun, interest, excitement and entertainment. But first we must record the programme, and on this week we have from America Mike McShane, a very talented writer, comedian, actor and winner of the Southern California All-Comers Cyril Smith Lookalike Contest. From the Comedy Store Players, Josie Lawrence, who on previous weeks has demonstrated her astounding singing, acting and ad-libbing abilities. Tonight I'm sure she'll be moving on to piano playing, juggling and unicycling. Next, Tony Slattery, who has also made several appearances in this show, which have led to an immediate success for him in the form of an appearance on this week's show. And finally, John Sessions, a man of many parts, most of which he'll be using in the course of the programme tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. Now, the first game is called Authors, so if the contestants could come down to the authorised position for that, they've got to come along with the style of a famous author in mind. Give them the title in just a moment of a story to tell. But Mike, what's the name of your author?
Louis L'Amour.
Louis L'Amour, sort of Western pulp writer, that kind of thing, yes. Josie?
The Brothers Grimm, fairy
The
tales.
Brothers Grimm fairy tales, yes. Those Brothers Grimm, right. And Tony?
My author is Dr. Alex Comfort, who wrote the best-selling Joy of Sex.
Yes. What an unusual choice for you, Tony. And John?
William Faulkner.
William Faulkner, right, back on solid ground there. Now, a title for a story for those authors to tell.
I went to the toilet.
I'm sorry? Your private life doesn't really concern us, but can we have a usable title for those authors to tell?
Night of the Crumpet.
Sorry?
Night of the Crumpet.
Night of the Crumpet. We're in charge of the public here. It's all improvised, as that very bad title demonstrates. Now, let's start with you, Mike.
Roadkill, Texas was a lawless town, but it had one baker, Tex Amerstein. He was the best baker in all of Roadkill, but he had a problem. He'd run out of whole wheat flour, and that made him a dangerous man.
One night when Tex lay in bed, a little elf called Putitzel landed on his bedside table. If you want to get some wheat flour, you have to journey many, many, many miles to the land where the Knight of the Crumpet lives.
The elf was little, but of course size doesn't matter.
The verification of the delineation of the hope of the answer to the ding-dong, bing-bang, bash of hope, coming down now deeper into the forest of his resourcefulness. Down there into the sanctuary, the butter dripped fall down into the crumpet falling lower and lower, driving deeper into the south. The Yoknapatawpha County of her deep deliberateness, the butter dipping, dripping, and deeper and deeper.
Tex said enough of this crap, you little fairy. Draw spatulas and let's bake. So he popped open his camper oven and they went at it. Well, the little fairy was quick, but not quick enough. Tex whipped out a couple of the best tasting crumpets that he ever seen in his life. Smeared some honey buck jelly on it and passed it to him. He says, "Put that on for size, you pointy-eared little fruit."
This made the elf very angry. So he decided to lock the baker up in an ivory tower. One night, the Knight of the Crumpet came and shouted, "Baker, baker, let down your crumpets." He climbed up the juicy, buttery crumpets and dropped inside, where he saw the baker all alone, sitting there very sad. When are you going to buzz the...
Yes, the baker was alone, and there's nothing wrong with solitary sexual experience either. Let me tell you, in terms of...
The toast was rising now, higher and higher into the hope of happiness. Down now, down again into the sanctuary, the deep, voluptuous sanctuary of his lechery. There inside, the hope denying, the hope reliving again, revivifying all hope in the answer to the improbability of the indefatigable hope of the answer of the improbable. The butter would come, and down would go the toast, and Holy Ghost and all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Well, I'll give 15 points to everybody apart from Tony Slattery. I'll give 2 because sizes and everything. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. They divide into pairs for this game, and we start with Josie and Mike. So, can you come forward? In Film and Theatre Styles, I'm going to give them a situation to improvise in just a moment. But we'd like a list of film and theatre styles that we can switch into. So, anyone got any suggestions for a...
Film noir.
Sorry? Film noir. I think we have had that before, but why not? Sorry? Russ Meyer. I don't think we've had that. Doctor Who? One more, maybe. Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, Gilbert and Sullivan fan. Or was it another style you were demonstrating? Clap films or something? What could that be? I don't know. So the situation is, I'd like to start with one of you is a wife who is trying to murder her husband. So one of you is a wife, one of you is a husband, and that's the situation for you. Just do it as normal for the beginning, and then I'll come in with a style in a moment.
I've made a cup of tea for you, dear.
Oh, good. Where are my razor blades?
Oh, your razor blades. Oh, you ran out. They were all blunt. I went to the chemist and got some more.
Oh, good.
You better drink your tea while it's still hot.
Ow, that is hot. I spilled it in the sink. Excuse me.
Never mind, dear. Come and have some stew. It's lovely stew. It's got beautiful beautiful pieces of beef in it.
Russ Meyer.
Sure, I like beef. Come on, baby. You know, when I picked you up at that damn truck stop diner...
Tell me about it, Big Daddy.
Oh, you passion flower. I'm gonna pull your stamens and mount your pistols till you fire off everything, baby. Let's get on my Harley here and ride and go on a tri-state murder spree that's never happened before.
Yes, why don't you get on your bike, but watch the brakes down.
Film noir.
Cigarette?
Thanks. I took the cigarette daintily from the case. It was silver, with the head of a wolf on the top of it, with its mouth still open. Inside that was the lighter.
Here, let me light it for you.
Suddenly, I felt very warm. Pain coursing up my body. Suddenly, I felt like a Buddhist monk. I felt like going in the lotus position, but that wasn't good enough. Baby, you can put me on fire, but you can't stomp me out. You're not the kind of woman for it. What I need is a real woman. And so, burning like the Knight of the Pestle himself, I went into the bar.
Well, it should be Doctor Who. We better make it Star Wars.
Hubby Wanky Noby, please forgive me. I didn't mean to set you on fire. I don't want to kill you. It's the people inside my head from the planet Ihar.
The planet Ihar, full of the many fish-headed people that have come to this planet to suck up all the salt out of the sea. I know they've been controlling your brain.
They have been controlling my brain, my life, even my lipstick. Look.
Quickly, let me draw my pork saber.
Okay, let's end on Gilbert and Sullivan.
That's a mighty fine lipstick case you have, a mighty fine case indeed.
Oh, husband, thank you very much. Come sit near me, will you? I don't mean to kill you. I don't mean to kill you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Why is the Doberman in my bed? He's going to kill me and break my head.
That is true.
Okay.
I don't mean to kill you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good. All right. Yes. Very, very good. And for the first time, I'm able to award the maximum 83.5 marks for that particular improvisation. So we now go on to John and Tony. So if you'd like to come forward. Some more Stiles, please, for them to... Restoration. Oh, we've had that at 9 times. Escape movie. Jolly good. Magic Roundabout, yeah.
Stock exchange information.
Yeah. Yes, too silly. Now, the improvisation we'd like you to do is, Tony, you're having a dinner party and you have to pop next door to a neighbour to borrow some coffee. Pretty bizarre, eh? So, if you could start off doing that in no particular style, and then we'll rush into some styles in just a moment.
Hi, I need some very sophisticated coffee.
I'm sorry, I don't touch coffee, I just touch the air.
You're doing Tai Chi, aren't you?
No, I'm just a wanker, that's all.
You're the very person we need to make up the numbers. Why don't you come next door? I'm not a homosexual.
Documentary. It's particularly, what was it? Stock exchange information film.
Of course, the price of coffee can rise and can fall, and here to talk about that is John Sessions.
Thanks, Jack. Coffee is a major problem in the world at the moment, insofar as you're better off in guilt. If, of course, you do drink the guilt, of course, you have a likelihood of turning into maybe an Aztec, insofar as they swallowed a lot of gold all those centuries ago, Mike.
All right, getting a bit into too much like Gold Blend there, and we'll go into Escape Movie. Did we have that suggested? Escape Movie?
The plan's this.
I don't want to hear your plan, Brett.
Oh, so you're American, are you?
Yeah, goddamn right I am, huh? You know it, God Save the Queen and all that? Adolf is laughing at you, man, you know?
You Texans think you're so bloody spunky, well, you're not.
I'm not from Texas. I was born in Merton, Mochrie. You know that?
I don't want to know about your flashy American new towns. We got to tunnel underneath the plantation and get all the coffee. It's simple.
You want the tunnel? You dig it, right?
Why do we in an old favourite, restoration?
Faith! Why, my lord, I was just walking in Ranelagh, but 3 hours ago a sniff through the nostrils came to my ear, and my nose indeed there, Faith, madam, she is coming close with her coffee beans dancing in the air, and I will be lower into her cup, my lord.
So says me lady politic bumhole.
Here she would come now. She would walk through the garden. She would bring a spindle of her wickedness close into thy heart. Come, draw it in. Art thou with us, madam? Would thou take coffee with thee, or would I bring tea into thy heart and there bring happiness? You know my Lord Lovewit? He is a clever, pretty nobleman. He drinks coffee, tea, and also, when he is weird, herbal tea and chamomile. Say on.
Rather would I spike thy blongy... What?
Do not spike my billabongy blongy with thy Australian. It's not yet discovered.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, dear. Well, yes, 72 points to John and 3 to Tony. You're leaving it all to do, Tony, this week. Now we're going to play a game called The World's Worst. You'd like to come forward onto the world's worst step here, and this is a quick fire round, and they've each of them got to come and think up of many examples of the world's worst person to be coming forward to receive an Oscar. So I'll buzz you when I've got the idea of each of your ideas. So go ahead now.
Your Royal Highness.
I'd just like to say it's about time you son of a bitches gave me an award.
I think the most exciting thing about this award is that it looks just like our director stark naked.
I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this award, so I'm going to club myself to death with it right here on my teeth.
Thank you so much for giving me this award after all these years. I'd like to thank everybody I know, really. It begins in 1905.
I'd just like to say to my co-star Helena that she's a talentless bitch.
I thought I was going to get an Oscar, right? And I got that stupid bint from Goldfinger with a paint on her.
I'd like to thank Alan and Terry, and most I'd like to thank Bill, who helped me so much during the shooting.
I waited so long for this award, and it makes me want to sing.
My name is Chief Simon Bearclaw, and I'm accepting this award and throwing it in the trash for the actor who told me that the whales are trapped under the ice still. While whales are still trapped under the ice like frozen food, no white man or Indian can accept the award.
Thank you so much for this award. I really like it. Where's this Willie?
Any more?
Guess where I've hidden my award?
It took a lot doing this film. David Putnam was very important in conceiving the picture, and it affected us a lot. Oscar and I have been talking together for quite a while now. He comes to me in the night. He does, honestly.
Having Tourette's syndrome has not stopped me from achieving this award as a screenplay writer, although the collaboration process didn't stop me at all from that.
I have to interrupt there, thank you.
Good idea.
Well, I'll work out the points for that next round. See you again in a couple of minutes, or for those watching on video in a couple of seconds. Bye. Well, I welcome you back with the exciting news that I'm awarding 23 points to everybody for that last game. Now, we next get to a game called Remote Control. The idea of this game is that I'm sitting at home watching the television and flicking between the 4 channels and finding on each of the channels one of our contestants. And Mike can you be doing an episode of Miami Vice? In fact, can you come forward? In fact, all of you. And Mike, can you be doing an episode of Miami Vice? Josie, Treasure Hunt. You ever watch that? Good. And Tony, Game for a Laugh. And John, Floyd on Fish. Okay? But bizarrely, all of these programs are all dealing with the same topic. So can we have a suggestion for a topic that could be... Hedgehogs. Yes, a very good suggestion. Very popular animal, hedgehogs. Not normally for television programs, but no, do you have hedgehogs in America?
Yes, we do.
Yes, good. Just like, probably bigger than over here. OK, so I'll just be flipping around from channel to channel, starting with you, Tony.
But what he didn't know was that we injected his hedgehog with sodium pentothal. So it was completely dead. Let's see how he gets on when he steps on it.
John.
I'm sick and tired of there's all these attitudes around the country that nobody can eat a hedgehog. A hedgehog is yummy. It's absolutely... It's absolutely splendid. It's a lovely type of food.
Mike.
Come out of the hole, man. Come out of the hole. Come on. You know we're gonna give you a break. All that grain you ate, well, forget it. You just do 9 to 5 at the petting zoo, okay?
Hello, Annika. The clue is you will find the hedgehog in the bottom of the barrel in the corner.
Oh, that means it might be in the bottom of the barrel in the corner! I got it! I got it!
John.
Hedgehogs are marvellous with button, but to show how wonderful they are, how nobody can think that tomorrow creeps on their petty pace and all that rubbish. With my friend now, the friend here is called Tony Banks. He's come all the way from East London. He's actually a hedgehog, and I'm going to chuck him right in the pan now. This is what...
Mike.
I'm back with you, man. Come on out. Come on out, man. Come here. You little furry guy. You think you're bad? Let me rub you up against my face. There you go. Now you're talking.
Tony.
So, not only is the hedgehog drugged and dead, we also disguised it as a tampon.
Josie, please.
The clue!
John.
And this hedgehog is just fresh, it's still alive. Now it's dead. Then it goes straight in the pan, boiling oil all over it. And I'll drink and I'm on.
Thank you very much. We'll end remote control there. Thank you. What's that? All right. OK. All right, now 45 points everyone on that round. Now, this next round is called American Musical. The idea of this is all 4 competitors improvise a musical based on the life of somebody or bodies in the studio audience tonight, with the assistance of Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. So I'll just go and find somebody on whose life we can base this musical. And I think I'll come to you. I don't know why. Now, what's your name?
My name's Simon.
Your name's Simon. Jolly good, Simon. And where do you come from, Simon?
London.
London?
Finchley.
London Finchley? Yeah, as opposed to London, England. Right. Now, I wonder if you give me something that's happened to your life on a Thursday.
I've played football.
You played football. Jolly good. Playing football. And I come to you. What's your name?
Phil.
Phil.
Yep.
Something's happened to you on a Wednesday.
Yes, I've been stopped by the police.
Stopped by the police? Not from playing football, I hope?
Absolutely
not. And your name, can I ask you?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Fair enough, Lawrence. No, this is a perfectly good name.
I hope so.
I should imagine. Where do you come from, Lawrence?
France.
France. And has anything happened to you either in France or in England on a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday?
Yes.
I woke up.
You woke up?
Yeah.
Right, OK, so that's the 3 things for the American musical. Waking up, playing football, and what was the other one?
Stopped by the police.
And stopped by the police. Away you go.
Good morning, honey.
Good morning, darling.
Oh, I'm still tired. I had a bad dream.
Did you? What did you dream about?
Oh, you know, the same thing I dreamt about last time I had a dream. I dreamt I saw you in a lawn, a pitch, something green. It was obscene. And yet each side there was a net.
That's funny, because I have the same dream. I had big shoulder pads.
Even bigger than you have now, do you?
They were huge, and a helmet on my head, and it was painted a very bright red, and I was running. And I had a small pig in my hand.
A pig in your hand.
Except its belly was sewn shut, and I passed it, and I went, hut, 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 I threw it.
Darling, you know what you've done? You've just created American Hi, darling.
I got a bit of bad news, I'm afraid.
What?
Tell us, tell us.
Boy, have I had a day. When I tell you it's gonna blow your minds away.
Tell me the rest. Come to my breast.
Well, I was just walking down the street. I was on my way to luncheon when I was stopped by a policeman and he abused me with his truncheon.
Did he beat you?
He beat me.
Did he whack you?
He whacked me.
Did he make you drop your pants?
No.
Rise and shine, right?
Yeah, Larry,
Yeah,
that's
good morning.
right.
Hey.
Tom, you're always so happy.
It's because I'm mentally deficient.
Mentally deficient.
That's it.
Although you're quite efficient at some things, isn't he, boys?
I don't
Yeah,
know why.
Fantastic!
Hey, get out of here.
We think you're great.
We think you're the best.
We think you're special.
We think you're great.
We think you're wonderful. A microcephalic morning call.
You're great.
Hey, didn't go to my head, guys. Oh, I'm not feeling too good. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. I got tuberculosis.
That's great news.
Well, let's end on that. Thank you. Well, okay. Well, I'll award 1,000 points to everybody in that last game, which totaling up means that Mike McShane has won this week's programme. Well done, Mike. And the prize for winning is to get to read the credits out in a style of my choosing, and I think I'll get you to do it in the style of James Stewart, I think. So all remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Josie Lawrence, Tony Slattery, John Sessions, Richard Ranch, you, the studio audience. So this is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line? Our line isn't anyway. Start Clive Anderson, John Sessions, Josie Lawrence, Richard Branch, title music by Philip Pope, senior cameraman, he just went by me, the vision mixer, Raw Story, videotape editor, floor manager, Janet Stewart, I like that name. Costume designer, John Hibbs, makeup designer, Christine Fiddler, production buyer, Vandy Vivian, production Sarah Wendy Hill, production accountant, Nina Buckley, research, Jane Bigger, Pip Gardner, a wonderful human being, producer, Dan Patterson, and it's really been great to be here. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation programme in which anything can happen, but usually doesn't unless it's off camera or too late. But forming the brigade of guards in the Battle of Wits tonight, we have first of all Stephen Fry, the writer, actor, comedian and egghead, once described as a Renaissance man by somebody with a very poor idea of which century we're living in. Then Josie Lawrence, once described as a Renaissance man by somebody with a very poor eye. Next, N. Rytell, who shot to overnight success as TV's Lucky Jim in the 1970s, has been solidly in and out of work as an actor and impersonator ever since. And finally, John Sessions, who, as far as this show is concerned, is absolutely irreplaceable. And goodness only knows we've tried. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, the first game is called Authors, and each of the contestants has come along with a famous author in mind, ready to tell a story in that author's style. So if you'd like to come forward to the author's position, right down there. Now, Stephen, which author have you selected for tonight?
Well, it's the 1001 Arabian Nights.
Ah, 1001 Arabian Nights. We don't know the name of the author.
Work of
that,
many
do we?
hands.
Well, many hands,
Right.
yes. Avoiding that temptation. Josie.
Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley, yes, jolly good. N.
Dashiell Hammett.
Dashiell Hammett. Why not? And John.
Frank Richards.
Frank Richards, what, the Billy Bunter man?
That's the one.
Yes, jolly good. Right, now what we need is a title for a story, please. So if somebody in the audience could suggest a title for a story for them to tell, to improvise. The Day I Became a Merchant Banker. So it's an autobiographical piece from the gentleman in the audience there. So, Stephen, starting on our buzz when we move on to the next one. The Day I Became a Merchant Banker.
Once, oh, olive of my dreams, there was a certain merchant travelling between Isfahan and Basra who lost his way. Not such a certain merchant, after all. A rather uncertain merchant. Oh, stiff-thighed child of my hopes. This merchant banker had two sons, Kazim and Iqbal. Useful leg break bowler.
But these two sons only belonged to part of him. One son belonged to his left leg and the other to his right. For this merchant banker was a man born of many parts, a man created by man, a man without a soul, a man who burnt in the fires of Beelzebub. The villagers were after the merchant banker. They were sorely overwrought and overdrawn.
I was overdrawn, but I didn't care. My partner Miles had been killed earlier that day. So I strolled down to Jerry's bar on the corner of 576th and 829th. I strolled through the bar into the back room. The guys were shooting craps. Hell, you know, what they do for kicks is none of my business. So I said...
Hello, said the booming, merry voice of Bob Cherry. What are you doing here, you frabjous, fat-footling owl? I'm going to get some long bonds and go into gilt, said Bunter. Oh, draw it, Miles, said Morley, throwing a pushed pincushion across the room. Come on, don't be the giddy-ots with us. What are you really doing, you fat-foozling, chocolate-snuffling clunker? Well, I don't know, said Bunter, but I think, actually, I'm going to break wind. No!
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think on that intellectual note, I'll introduce a scoring system, and it'll be 18 points for everybody in that game. This next round is called Storytell, and this features Stephen Fry telling a story. So if you'd like to come here ready to tell your story, Stephen. And the others are going to be over there to be brought in as characters in the story. But the story is going to be suggested to us by somebody in the studio audience, so I'll just go and find somebody to embarrass into telling us a story. So you've got a sort of skiing motif on your jumper, so you're obviously somebody who likes wearing skiing motifs on their jumper.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Peter.
Peter, that's right. It's a perfectly good name. Now, can you give the title of a story for Stephen to tell?
Tarzan and the Lagerlouts.
Tarzan and the Lagerlouts. You've come prepared with that one, haven't
Yeah.
you? It's supposed to be an improvised show. And we want a moral, so... that's what I think. Now, can you think of a moral that this story could illustrate?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes, perfectly good moral, I'd have thought. So the story is Tarzan and the Lagerlouts, and the moral is don't put your eggs in one basket.
Great.
Okay, Stephen, where you go.
Are you sea constable? Then I'll begin. Deep, deep in the jungle, just off Junction 7 of the M4, Tarzan moved across the savannah. He mouthed erotically.
It's ever so hot in the jungle. I could really vouch the lollies of them monkeys up there.
Jane swung casually in.
Oh, Lord, look at that.
Hello, Tarzan. Sorry about that. I feel a bit tipsy.
Oh, look at the state of your hair. Don't you do anything with it? Look at it. It's all over the place.
Well, Cheetah does it for me. What do you expect? I've heard done by Bleak Monkey.
She said crossly.
Oh, I've got a terrible headache. I don't know what to do.
Why can't you be like the Tarzan in all the storybooks? Why can't you be a bit more butch?
Butch at all. It's all rubbish.
But it was 9 o'clock in the evening, and the pubs of Aylesbury were beginning to empty.
Oh, kiddo. Aye, this is Fenchurch Street. Aye.
Said this fine, upstanding pride of the home counties. Suddenly, and really without any warning at all,
Excuse me.
Vomited.
You can have that later. Do you want a lager, by the way? Sorry, I'm being very rude.
I'll try one.
You're very common, aren't you?
Tarzan's patience was beginning to wear thin. He decided to kick the lager lout very hard in the stomach.
Oh, just sit down over here if you don't mind.
But he did so all the same, though the lager lout was sitting down. And the lager lout caught first one leg of Tarzan's, which he held in his hand. And then the other he caught. And the moral of the story is don't put all your legs in one basket.
Oh, brilliant. Wow.
I've got more.
Wow.
Oh, very good.
Well, that bizarre combination of Tarzan with Round the Horn, brilliantly acted by everybody. I think 10 points there, but for that brilliant ending there, Stephen, I think you deserve a bonus, so a half point extra for you. Now, this next game is called The World's Worst, and everybody plays part in this, so if you like, or takes part in it, if you'd like to come forward on the world's worst step there, ready to step forward with the world's worst person or world's worst thing to say when being introduced to a member of the royal family. So just as you think of them, I'll buzz when I've got the idea. World's worst person to be or thing to say.
Hello, you're still living in the 50s. How extraordinary. Cigarette?
What's some skull on that bit?
Sorry.
I didn't say that. No, it's odd. In fact, I didn't say that. It's very odd. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
You look taller on Spitting Image.
Oh, hello, Prince Charles. I wonder if you'd like to be invited to our annual Christmas dinner. I'm a member of the Architects Association.
Yeah, it's really funny what happened to the Roman officers. Blood everywhere. Went down in this basement. Really sad.
That reminds me, I must buy a stamp.
No, we have met before, actually. It was the Widmore Club, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty, I won't curtsy if you don't mind. I've got a cold and I'm dripping from every orifice.
Is it that you do breathe and don't go to the toilet, or is it the other way round?
Majesty.
Really, this is sort of middle-class German family, really, aren't they?
That's so good. Let's stop it there, and I'll... Yeah, oh, no, applaud if you want to. But for some reason, I need a few minutes to add up the points on this particular round, which gives them time to show some adverts to you, so back soon. Yes. Yeah, they were fantastic. What a fantastic set of ads. So 24 points to everybody for that last round. Now, this next round is called props, and in this one they divide into pairs again, and I want to give you, John and Stephen, this item. And you've got to come up with many different ideas of ways of using that item. As we rotate the other pairing of Josie and N. It's slightly difficult to get out. But that's your item.
What are you going to do with that?
I've no idea. It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. So we'll buzz between the two pairs. Many different ideas you can think of. Away you go, Stephen and John. You go first.
Merton, I was playing frisbee and...
Yes? You threw it really hard.
No, I don't want much of a nose job, really. I was just a little bit off the end.
And in the summer, Saturn will proceed all the way around. All the way around. It'll come back for the winter solstice. And now I'm going to talk to another maniac, Raymond.
Sunrise early in the morning.
Well, I was lying around in the rubble for ages, and then he just dug me up. You know what I mean?
My problems all started the day my father told me he was about to marry a ginormous grub.
Come closer, Mishton. Closer to the silly piece of plastic we have in the center of the studio to indicate some faraway hypothetical century. Have you been on Blake 7 before?
And how many of these are in the packet? It had to happen.
And it's enormous! It's huge! It's a huge throw from Fatima!
A very convincing javelin, I must say.
Oh,
you
finished?
Yes, it is you, yes, sorry.
Oh, me, woman! Me, woman!
Fatima.
Try and keep the stomach really firm. And just don't try and do too much at once. If you've got a partner who's prepared to copulate with you, then that's all things. That's right. Right there. Don't try and do too much at once. It's the main thing. Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
No, trust me, it's a revolution in endoscopy.
It's fine. We'll have a look and see what's down there, shall we?
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. All right. I think I'll just leave that there. Well, that's easily the best props we've had ever, and 1 point each. Now, the next round is called Different Games. Different games are played in this round, starting with John and N. And you're going to play a game called Couples. So could you come forward to play Couples? And we're going to give you a situation to improvise in, and we want a sort of variety of different couples who might be doing it. And we'll start you off. I'm going to start you off with one, and then we'll get suggestions from the audience as we go along. So your situation to improvise is...
It's a funny physical gag. You've done a lot in the vaudeville, you know what I mean?
Funny walking.
Well, now we've settled on. A fortune teller and the customer who's gone to have their fortune told. Start you off with the pair doing it as Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier. Okay, and if you could be ready with some suggestions like sort of David Steele, David Owen, Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, things like that. Just ready, one clear suggestion from somebody when I buzz. So starting off, Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier, fortune teller and client.
Dustin, we're going to do this picture. What's it called? Marathon bar or something? Tell me if I'm going to act you off the frigging stage, baby. I'm sure
let me look at this crystal ball here.
Yes, it's one of yours, isn't it?
We're going to make a movie called Made in Taiwan.
No, they're going to make a movie called very short, Italian-looking, sweaty actor worrying too much about things that brilliant people do naturally!
Oh, no. I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to have another pair to be doing... Edward Fox and Donald Sinden. Well, there's a real wacky suggestion for these two, but...
would you like the cards, or
Yes, I'll take the cards.
Would you like the clairvoyance? Because I'm very clairvoyant.
Yes, I suppose you are.
So we'll make a choice.
Yes.
No, I've made your choice for you.
Yes.
You want the clairvoyance.
I do.
And you want to make you're going to do a series called Edward the Seventh 2.
Now I'm going to do a series called Thank God There's No Nasty Working Class People Around Me Holding Their Knives Like Pencils and Smelling of Turnips.
Okay. No, another pair, please. Sorry, say that again. Vincent Price and Alec Guinness. Got some helpers in tonight, I think.
I want to know whether any words on the blackboard of life can be said slower than the way I say them.
Beyond the stars and the universe shalt thou fly. Thou shalt fly to Obi-Wan Knob.
I have been...
Okay, another pairing. Sean Connery and Dame Edna. Where you go?
Sean Connery. Well, you're going to spend the rest of your life.
It's funny, you know,
dressed as a woman.
Yes, I know.
Which, and something else is coming through here.
You've got a very hairy bum, haven't you, Sean? Very hairy bum, and I think you're a little bit conscious of the fact you've not got as much hair as you'd like to have, darling.
I think I forgot to put my trousers on this morning.
Yes.
Sorry? Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. At least a genuine pairing at last.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, Barney. You're gonna have a hard day today. You got to mow the lawn and let's get away from the girls.
Okay, but what about Wilma? Do you think Wilma's like us with little black dots instead of eyes?
No, Wilma's gonna be reincarnated.
Do you know what I want to know? Look in the crystal ball and say, Why, when we bend over, don't you ever see our balls coming out from underneath those funny little short things we wear?
Because we're not Sean Connery, that's why.
Okay, all right. Another couple of pair, another pair. Reagan and Gorbachev. Where you go?
You be Reagan. Well, you know, I can see a kind of
England
bright...
swings like a pendulum. I'll be done bicycles 2 by 2. Let's
end on that. Thank you very much.
What happened to fortune telling?
Well,
just making impersonations.
Oh, truly spectacular, and 43 points that deserves. So it's going to get 22. Right, now the next game features Josie and Stephen, and they're going to be playing a game called Wrong Theme Tune. What we're going to get them to do is to improvise the beginning of a programme, television programme. I'd like to come forward to do it. And the programme we'd like you to do is a documentary on contraception, OK? But in the style of the theme tune, which you're going to hear now, just played in for you now.
Hello! It was absolutely terrifying. But I remembered how Martin told me to strap it on, and I clung on for dear life.
John, we're going to show them a few things they can do, aren't we?
That's right. Now, do remember, if possible, I don't know what the current lot sound like, I'm afraid.
Get down, Shep.
I was in bed by 5 o'clock, I don't know. The important thing is you do ask your parents' permission. If you're going to go into their room and you're going to borrow some of their sexual apparatus, some of their coils and things like that, they're very delicate, so do ask your mother if you can take it out first. Don't just take it out of your mother's uterus.
John. And also make sure that you don't fornicate on a windowsill or something like that, because it's very dangerous, because you could be humping away and fall off, couldn't you, John?
That's right. And that could very easily have an eye out.
Well, now we're going to take a look in the Blue Peter Garden. And here we see the frogs have been having a wild time, haven't they,
Yes,
John?
those little sellotape condoms didn't really work, did they?
Well,
I'm sorry to say some vandals got in. It was very disappointing. And they took the sellotape off the frogs. Membra virile.
but never mind. Here you can see we did what we saw in the advert that time, and we put a barbed wire fence along the pond to stop the froggies from getting at each other.
And do
It's worked
remember
quite well.
to wear gloves if it's very cold.
Oh yes, rubber gloves.
Because if it's very, very cold and you're handling barbed wire, you can easily get very cold fingers.
Yes, so wear rubber gloves. One nice little point
Useful
for
tip, that.
Christmas, little thing I've got you, is you can cut the fingers off the rubber gloves and use those for contraception too. I've got a nice little...
Contraception, yes.
sorry.
You may not want a contraception too, but if you do, then that certainly is a pretty handy tip. Now, that's it.
Let's end on that,
if
thank
you.
you.
Don't mind, I'll keep
All right. Well, we'll just end there when we're in at least hailing distance of a taste barrier. 69 points each there. And the next game... Oh, hang on, what is the next game? I've lost my cards. Right, now we get to a game called Rap. This features everybody. And they all love it, don't you? And the idea of this, they just have to make up a rap as they go along on a subject which we'll get somebody to suggest in a moment. So you'd like to come forward ready to do it. We start with John on this one and work down the line.
Contractions have started.
OK, so a nice broad topic for them to... Sheep shearing, that's a great one, yeah. You do sheep generally, you don't have to concentrate just on the shearing. So we helped on this with the drummer. We've got Ginger Baker this week. Take it away, Ginge.
You gotta button the mutton. Say you button the mutton till your mutton is hurting. It looks like Timothy Hurton. You get the mutton, baby. You get your sheep on the clean, and then you can say you can put it in the pastures that are so green.
Yeah.
Bah, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, I said 3 bags full. I said 3 bags full. Get on down, baby. Bah, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, sheep, pull up to my bumper. Make me a woolly jumper. Ooh, you're so sheer. I like to have my sheep real near. I go to Australia and see the men they sweat. I like to see see them dripping. Yes, it's my favorite bit. I like to watch sheep shearers. I could watch them all day long because I like sheep best of all. Their loins are good and strong.
Mary had a little lamb. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that kind of thing at all. Yes, I'm terribly fond of shearing sheep. Nothing could be clearer. They call me Norma Shearer. I sheep very hard, and then I sheep very hard again. And I sheared a nice little woolly cardigan. But in fact, sheep, rams, lambs, and ewes are rather make very attractive blouses and other items of clothing. Sheep have a reputation for being stupid, and when it comes to being lovers, I don't think anyone could call them cupid. But sheep are friendly, and sheep are clean. I think you know what I mean. I don't.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, easily the best rap we've done this evening. So, 2 points each, with a bonus of 1,000 points to Stephen for trying so hard. And that brings us, I'm afraid, to the end of the show, and I total up the points and see, oh yes, well, Stephen has won. And the prize for winning is to read the credits out in a style of my choosing. I'd like you to do it, Stephen, in the style of an American announcer, you know, Quinn Martin production, that sort of thing. So it just remains for me to thank Stephen Fry, Josie Lawrence, N. Rydell, John Sessions, you, the studio audience. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Tonight's episode, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Deadly Affairs, starred Clive Anderson, John Sessions, with Stephen Fry, Josie Lawrence, and N. Rydell. Your title music this evening by Philip Pope. Senior cameraman, Martin Hawkins. Your revision mixer this evening, Roz Story. Tonight's floor manager, Janet Stewart. The costume designer, ladies and gentlemen, tonight this evening was John Hibbs. And the production secretary, Wendy Hill. Tonight's production assistant, Helen Gartell. Your production manager was Mary Bell. Your designer was Pip Godner. And the executive producer, Denise O'Donoghue. The production was consumed, eaten, and packaged to your door by Ansett Airlines and Dan Patterson. Thank you.